Kimi K2.5 is here, and it is a state-of-the-art open source open weights model that specializes in coding and agent swarms, and it's just overall extremely impressive, and you can actually download it right now. Let me tell you all about it. From Kimi's post, meet Kimi K2, open source visual agentic intelligence. So visual is something very special. It is extremely good at vision tasks. Global state-of-the-art on agentic benchmarks. We'll go over those in a minute. Code with taste, turn chats, images, videos into aesthetic websites with expressive motion. It is especially good at front-end development. And agent swarms in beta. Self-directed agents working in parallel at scale, up to 100 sub-agents, 1,500 tool calls, 4.5 times faster than compared with single agent setup. You can use this on Kimi.com. You can also, as I said, download it and run it yourself. So this is Kimi K2.5, a dot iteration, obviously, over Kimi K2, and it continues its pre-training over approximately 15 trillion mixed visual and text tokens. It is natively multimodal and delivers state-of-the-art on coding and vision. And another new thing about it is natively able to self-direct agent swarms. So for especially complex tasks, Kimi K2.5 can self-direct an agent swarm with up to 100 sub-agents. Of course, I'm thinking ClaudeBot. This would be very powerful in ClaudeBot. I haven't tested it yet, but I am definitely going to. Executing parallel workflows across up to 1,500 tool calls, reducing execution time by 4.5 times. All right, let's look at the benchmarks. We have agentic benchmarks first, HLE full, browse comp, and deep search QA. Coming in at number 1, Kimi K2, beating GPT 5.2 with X high thinking, beating Claude 4.5 Opus with extended thinking, beating Gemini 3 Pro high thinking. Unreal. Look at this, browse comp 74.9, absolutely destroying the other frontier models. Here is Deep Search QA, beating the other models handily with the exception of Claude, but it is still beating it. Now for coding, we are seeing a very competitive 76.8 on Swebench verified. Now, that is not quite at the level of GPT 5.2 and Claude Opus 4.5, but it is quite close, and it does actually beat Gemini 3 Pro. And for Swebench Multilingual, we're seeing around the same score. Now, for vision tasks, look at this. Strong performance on MMMU Pro. We have 78.5, which is trailing GPT 5.2 and Gemini 3, but it is beating Claude 4.5 Opus. And for video understanding, it is frontier. It's basically on par with all the other models. And for long video bench, it is beating all the other models. Now, what I find very interesting is you can kind of see the personalities start to shine in the different models. And when I say personalities, I mean, what are they especially good at? And so when we look at agents, Claude is kind of the lowest as compared to the other three. With coding, it is the highest. But with image and video understanding, it is the lowest. And so you can see the Anthropic team put a lot of emphasis on code, and we all know that. It is the best coding model out there, but this shows it. And really what sets Kimi K2.5 apart is the cost. It is extremely inexpensive. So along the x-axis, we have cost, and along the y-axis, we have performance. And so what we're seeing is right here is GPT 5.2. The cost is right up here, and boom, we actually have better performance on the HLE benchmark at a substantial discount. Same here, browse comp, look at this. Swinging all the way over here, and Swebench verified, very inexpensive. It is the strongest open source coding model to date. Let me show you some examples. So here's a website I created, and you can see very nice colors. It does not look AI generated. Everything flows very smoothly. Here's another example. So very colorful, very creative, and it does not for a second look AI created. And Kimi K2.5 is especially good at vision plus coding. So you can give it a screenshot of a website and ask it to recreate it. Look at this. So on the left, we have the original website. On the right, we have Kimi K2's recreation of it. And remember, we didn't give it any code, any understanding, no direct link to the website. All we gave it were images of the website and said recreate it. And they explained how they were able to do it. This capability stems from massive scale vision text joint pre-training. At scale, the trade-off between vision and text capabilities disappears. They improve in unison. Here is an example of it reasoning over a puzzle and marking the shortest path using code. So here's the actual puzzle, very complex. And we say, find the shortest path from the top left corner green dot to the bottom right red dot, where black represents the road. So we can see all of the chain of thought here, and it's executing Python, locating. Okay, so it's doing a bunch of tool calls in a row. Then let me convert the image to binary. Great. Now it's implementing BFS, which is a library for shortest path. And here it is. It highlighted the shortest path in red. Very impressive. And so we can actually ask it to zoom in and create a clearer visualization, which it does right here. So we can actually see the green path right there. This was 113,000 steps to finish this maze. Now here's another demo of what it can do. So using Kimi Code to translate the aesthetic of Matisse's La Danse into the Kimi app. This demo highlights a breakthrough in autonomous visual debugging. That means taking an image, writing code, looking at the update as an image, writing more code, in that iterative loop happening is what they're describing here. Okay, let's watch. So this is sped up. Here we can see it is downloading the image. It is making sure it's looking at it, and it's going back and forth, kind of iterating on the code, trying it again, iterating on the code, back and forth until we finally have what we described. Very impressive. And they are also releasing K2.5 Agent Swarm. This is a shift from single agent to multi-agent. They say they trained it with parallel agent reinforcement learning, which I have not heard of, PARL. And it learns to self-direct an agent swarm of up to 100 sub-agents, executing parallel workflows across up to 1,500 coordinated steps. And so what it does is Kimi K2 is able to decompose a complex task into individual steps, delegate those steps into sub-agents, and then wait till they come back and basically orchestrate the entire thing. Very impressive. And again, I'm thinking of Claudebot. This is exactly what Claudebot does. It delegates out to sub-agents. So I really want to try powering my Claudebot with Kimi K2. Now, I definitely want to do that locally. I am not in the mood to send all of my Claudebot data over to Chinese servers. So here's an example of what that orchestration actually looks like. We have the orchestrator model. It has the ability to create sub-agents, assign tasks, search, browser, all this. It creates its sub-agents. So we have an AI researcher, a physics researcher, life sciences researcher, et cetera, fact checker, web developer. Then you assign it all the different tasks, and it's assigning it to specific agents. When those are done, it feeds it all back into the orchestrator to put it all together and give us the best response. And thus, it is much faster. So according to Kimi K2, it improves performance on complex tasks through parallel specialized execution. In their internal evaluations, it leads to an 80% reduction in end-to-end runtime while enabling more complex long horizon workloads as shown below. So that's what we're seeing. BrowseComp absolutely demolishing its previous version and Claude Opus 4.5. Here from wide search and in-house bench, we are seeing the same thing, just beating Claude Opus 4.5, the best model on the planet right now. And we can see as tasks get more complex, it saves us more and more time. So that's what we're seeing. On the x-axis, we're seeing the complexity of the task, and on the y-axis, execution time. And as we see for a single agent, as the complexity of the task increases, obviously the time increases. But what they figured out is with Agent Swarm, it pretty much stays more or less flat. I mean, it increases a little bit, but it is a big difference for those very complex use cases. So here's an example of what that actually looks like. What we're seeing are all the different sub-agents, and basically we gave it a task to find a bunch of different videos and research them on YouTube in a bunch of different fields. And for each of those fields, it was assigned to a specific sub-agent, 100 of them. There we go. We have all of the agents. They all have names, which is kind of interesting. And each one of the agents put together its own analysis, and then the orchestrator put it all together. And apparently it's also good at office tasks, knowledge work. So things like creating PDFs and manipulating Excel documents. And so they have a couple benchmarks here. It's only comparing itself to K2 thinking, but fine. So adding annotations in Word, constructing financial models with pivot tables, writing latex equations in PDF. And here we go. This is what that looks like. So we can see this is all created by Kimi K2.5. Here's a document, edited by Kimi K2.5. So cool. Here's a PDF created by Kimi K2.5. Okay, so we download it, we open it up, and there we go. A fully created, polished PDF document. And now let's create a slideshow. So this is a PowerPoint created by Kimi K2.5. It is so impressive. So here are the full benchmarks that they ran against. I really appreciate that they compared it against all the top models on the planet: GPT 5.2, extra high, Claude 4.5, extended thinking, Gemini 3 Pro, high thinking, DeepSeek 3.2, Qwen VL. Okay, all of them. Now, for these first benchmarks, HLE Full, AMI 2025, etc., GPT 5.2 actually did best. And remember, it got 100% on the AMI 2025, which is a math benchmark. Now, Kimi K2 did very well across the board, really only winning in HLE Full, but still extremely competitive, a fraction of the cost, which I'm going to get to, and you could download it and run it yourself. Now, for image and video and vision understanding, vision logic, that is really where Kimi K2.5 shines. Look at all these blues. The blues are the ones where it won. MMMU Pro, Gemini won, but for a lot of these, Simple VQA, OmniDoc Bench, OCR Bench, Kimi K2.5 did extremely well. Now, here's the important one, coding. Now, Claude and Gemini still won the majority of these, but Kimi K2.5 is still very competitive. So SweBench Verified, which is kind of the gold standard, it is right up there, 76.8 as compared to 80, 80.9, 76.2, etc. Now, even though it shines in vision tasks, where it is best of breed is agentic tasks. So we have Browse Comp, Wide Search, Deep Search QA, Fin Search Comp, Seal Zero, and across the board, with one exception, Kimi K2.5 is the best, and agentic abilities are incredibly important. That is when you plug it into coding agents, when you plug it into Claudebot, those are the times in which this model is really going to shine. And of course, people accuse some of these frontier model companies of benchmaxing, basically training and overfitting to certain benchmarks. That's definitely possible, and we need to test it ourselves. So we need to get in there. We need to play with it in real world scenarios. We need to vibe code with it. We need to just test its vibes overall. And that's what is truly going to tell us. Benchmarks aside, benchmarks are great. They're important as kind of that initial look into how capable a model is, but overall, we need to try it ourselves. However, they did say, go ahead, test the benchmarks yourself. There's an API and you can just use it. So I'm actually going to ask it to do the price comparison for me. So make a comparison of your price, Kimi K2.5, Claude Opus 4.5, and GPT 5.2, and Gemini 3. Let's go. So here we go. It opens up Kimi's computer. It's executing the task. Super nice website. There we can see the searches return. Let's see if it actually is able to create this comparison. So we can see its chain of thought in here, starting to write Python code. It has the pricing information. Okay, so we can see right here, it grabbed the pricing information from the websites. Now it is putting it in, hopefully, a nice format for us. Now, it's not blazing fast. I can see that. It's probably going at like 40, 50 tokens per second. So definitely on the slower side, but this will only improve with time. And there we are. So let's click into it. And here we go. So you can see Kimi K2.5 is much cheaper. Okay, so API comparison, we have 60 cents per million input tokens and $3 per million output tokens for Kimi K2.5. Claude Opus 4.5, $5.25. We have GPT 5.2 here and Gemini 3 Pro there. So we can see it's quite inexpensive, especially compared to its competitors. So very nice task completion, did it perfectly, searched the web, provided us with this information, and I'm impressed. I'm going to be testing this model out. Definitely. I want to download it. I want to run it on my own computer. So I'm actually going to ask it, how big of a model are you? How much VRAM do I need to run you locally? Okay, so what we see here, Kimi K2.5 is 1 trillion tokens, 632 gigabytes of VRAM needed to load it. I am not going to be able to load this locally. Maybe if you had a Mac Studio with 512 gigabytes of VRAM, you'd be able to load it if we can compress it a little bit. But we're probably going to need quantized versions. Those are probably going to be coming very soon because, of course, the lovely thing about open source, open weights is you get to do whatever you want with it. So very excited to see the community build on top of Kimi K2.5. So let me know what you think in the comments. I'll drop all the links down below. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.